Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Da, 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 da. It's Saturday morning. Oh, God, my hair's such a mess. Ah, ah, I should cut it. Yep, I should. So, hello, Kingsbury Crafts. Good morning. Cindy King. Good morning. Oh, so, did you guys have a good week? Hey, Doug. Good morning. You guys have a good week? I tell you, this morning should have probably been a stay in bed kind of morning. Listen, I lost the nail, so I can't put my little sign up, my little, you know, change the message sign. I spilled my coffee in the bathroom when I was brushing out and drying out my hair. So I got a fresh cup of coffee. Good morning, Barb. And I come in here and I spilled my coffee again. Yeah, what a morning. Okay, all right, okay. So today's topic, we're going to talk about um, file storage. Yeah, files. Oh, Cindy, I'm hoping to go to the fair today. I'm hoping for me, Saturday's the best day to go to the fair. So I'm hoping to do that. You're going to have to show us your fair project. Good morning, Woody. Good to see you. Good to see you guys, all of you. So again, today's topic isn't exciting. It's more of a uh, I remember when I worked in an office environment, cubicle farm. Good morning, Diane. Um, Filing was the piece that everybody hated to do. It was the grunge work. Well, filing is still the grunge work. Only now, instead of it being paper files, Cindy says she's pretending to be a quilter, but she'll be listening. Cindy, if you can make a straight line on a sewing machine, you got this covered. So, anyways, paper filing was like the grunge work. Nobody wanted to do it, but it was a job that needed to be done. And just like that, our data files, and they're data files because they are computer files or electronic files. There's no real paper involved unless you print a paper. Um, is also grunge work. You know, you could just throw them all in a folder on your computer and be done with it. Or you can use flash drives, fill them up, be done with it. But how do you know what's on this flash drive or this flash drive or any of these files? How do you know what's in there? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about organizing your files. How do you find what you're looking for? You downloaded a bunch of lettering files. You have file sets that you bought or font sets that you bought from different stock vendors. Where are they? Well, in my world, doo, 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 in my world, where'd they go? I'm looking for my files. In my world, my data fonts, where'd they go? They're not kept with They're not kept with my other files, but here, these are all fonts. Let's make this into a list. There we go. These are all fonts. A lot of them, I keep the zip file along with the uncompressed file. Down here, let's see if I can find them. I also have ESA fonts. Oh, here we are, the embroidery designs. Fonts. These are computer fonts, not computer, embroidery fonts. And again, I have a means that I keep them in. For example, let's go back to fonts. ESA fonts. I have accumulated ESA fonts. ESA is the Wilcom software fonts. They are digitized fonts that are mapped to your keyboard. So you can type what you want and it will fill in with that digitized fonts. I have a couple of different vendors that I have purchased fonts from and loaded them in. Well, you know, when and if I update my software, I want to be able to transfer these fonts to the new software. So I have them in a font folder under my embroidery designs. I know where my fonts are. Yes, they're not kept with the others. I should probably put them there too. So that's what I want to talk to you about, is organizing your fonts. If you are looking for, do I have anything in here? I do. If you are looking for a specific technique, for example, I have a folder here called Freestanding Lace, or actually Lace, because you know your folders are going to sort alphabetically and then freestanding. In that, I have subfolders. What kind of lace? I have doily panels. Yeah, I don't think you can see these. I have panels, and these are all purchased design files. Freestanding lace flowers. Again, I don't think you can see these. So, where do you start? Oh, here we go. Woody says in his embroidery folder, he has an artist folder and a customer folder and a test folder that goes to the artist or the customer's folder, and then the design name folder. Then I add an increasing number every time I make a revision. I should probably have a font folder too. Right now, they're just in the designers folders. And don't be afraid to duplicate. Let's see what Doug's got to say here. I have two main directories, one customer and one embroidery. You're right. That's how I have mine as well. I have two main directories. And if we will go to that, these are all my customer files. All right. I'm actually starting to purge some of these. You know, people start the embroidery business and then they drop out of the embroidery business. Well, I still have their files. If they're no longer doing embroidery and no longer need digitized files, I still have them. Well, I'm starting to do some purging because I now have 2 terabytes, which is like, and I'm no good at this, it's like a 100,000 no, it's like 1,000 gigabytes. I don't know. It's massive. Look at this. It's massive. And also in here, so every customer I have, let's see if we can find one here. Cindy, I think I have a file folder for you. Oh, of course, I told you I'm purging. I'm purging from the back down. So these are sorted from Z to A versus A to Z. Let's see. Chelsea, Cheryl, Cindy King. These are the files that I have for Cindy King. And because these are stored in on my OneDrive, I can't see the actual folder. The thumbnail does not display the folder. I can see image files. You, Cindy, you are special. You are special. Um, so yeah, under Cindy, I have all of these files. Let's see. And then also in here, I have what I call my embroidery sort. And what that is a list of subfolders by subject, alphabet. Those would be design files, not necessarily mapped to a keyboard, but of an alphabet. Angels, applique. Um, Here, that's where we found that freestanding lace before. Let me go back here. And the reason I want to show you this, there we are. Let me just change this view. The reason I want to show you this is because, can I move myself over? I wonder. Nope, I can't. Let's see if we can do this. Yay. Is because I don't want you to be afraid to duplicate your file storage. In this group of files, and I don't access it too much anymore, but in this group of files, let's see, I have medical. Oh yeah, and it's not going to let me show you these. Let me go over to here. There we go. I have medical, which is anything that I've done for like emergency services or medical community. But these same files may also be in another category. They may be in a subcategory for the fire department or, hospitals, whatever the subcategory might be. So don't be afraid to duplicate. And the reason I want to stress this is because at the time you're searching for your file or searching for uh, a piece that you did, you can see it, but where is it? You may have categorized it as an animal. For example, our favorite, here we go, the bulldog up here. He's a very popular sports mascot, school mascot. So he's an animal, but he could also be found in school. And he may also be found, where else could he be? He's an animal, he could be school. I don't think I have him in organizations and clubs, but that could be another place to put him. Oh, sports. Is he in sports? Yeah, he's not in sports. He probably should be in sports. But subcategories. You have your primary embroidery design files. You know, in my world, that's always located on the OneDrive, and the backup is on the G drive. And I back up these files. These files get backed up every day because I do add to them every day. But if then I also have my client files. And the client files also get backed up every day. There's the remote sort. Let's see what we got here. That way, if Brenda Tomlinson comes to me and says, listen, you did a file for me 3 years ago. I've lost it. Do you still have it? I can go to her folder and say, there it is. Now, in your world, you may not be a digitizer, but you are working, you may or may not be working with customers. You can do the same kind of thing. You can create a primary file location called customers, and then under that have subcategories of individual names, and then within that, individual files, or another subcategory. Maybe for Cindy, I have she is a digitizing client, but she's also a production client. Her digitizing folder may hold all of the work that we've done for her for digitizing, and her production is all of the work we've done for her regarding production, shirts, hats, things. I know, Cindy, you have your own equipment, you do this yourself. You're just my sample here because you're like right here. And you can do this. You can store files on a flash drive, but I want you to be careful with that. Flash drives fail. A lot of you know that I had a serious computer fail a few weeks back. One of my flash drives, my client files flash drive, that's the flash drive that included all of my client work. It was a 2 terabyte flash drive, and it failed. All of those files were gone. That flash drive no longer allowed me to access anything on that file, on that flash drive. Now, I'm not saying that an external hard drive is going to take care of it. Your internal hard drive can fail as well. What I'm saying is you need to be prepared for these things. Good morning, Letty. You need to be prepared. So, in addition to wherever you store your files, you also need to have a backup. And I know we've talked about this again recently even. I have technically 3 backup locations. OneDrive is a cloud storage backup. I have that. I have a 4 terabyte external hard drive that I also back up to. That's located right over here. And then I have a second feed-based cloud backup. So, good question. I'll get to you in just a moment, Cindy. So I have 3 backup locations. So remember, I just said that I lost my hard drive or my flash drive, all my files. We'll talk to Barb here in just a moment also. So I have 3 locations. Now, I lost that flash drive, and that you saw all the customer all the, where'd they go? Got them right here. Do, do, do. All my client files. They were gone. They were gone. I went to service, my service backup location to pull them all back. Check on this stuff, people. I had trusted that it was backing up every day, and it wasn't. In fact, it hadn't backed up in months. That's fixed. Have my external, have my 2 cloud storages. We're going to talk to Barb's comment first. Excuse me. They say have 3 ways to back up: incremental backup every day, full backups weekly. You're right. One of the things they say is to have an offsite hard copy, or not a offsite hard drive backup. I don't have that, but I do have 2 cloud storages plus a local external hard drive backup. Um, because as I just mentioned, one of mine failed, not because the service was bad, because I failed to update the parameters um, on a daily basis. I back up. I do a full backup of my client files. I do a full backup of them. And I do that because my clients are very important to me. I want to make sure that I have their work available when I need it. Everything else is incremental. It means that if I make a change, it'll back up that change. And then, just like what Barb was saying, weekly backups for the full backup. Now, let's go back over here to Cindy. Cindy, I'm here to help any way you can. You're amazing. Thank you, Cindy. Also, when you open your design in your software, do you take a few minutes to fill out the summary of that design? We have that option in WillCom. Yes, we do. And let's see. Let me see if I can find. I have a client in Arizona who I do, there it is, who I do production patches for. And over here, I should really do this in my, put my highlighter on. Over here in WillCom is a summary tab. And this particular summary tells me um, what I use, what the information is regarding this patch. I use a black poly stabilizer. Because it's a fully filled patch, I use a black felt. Colors are as assigned, which means that I have the colors set up and situated right here in their colorway. And the price is, as of January 24, $9.94, $9.74 per patch. Shipping is free after 4 patches. Shipping is $10 for patches 1 to 4. Um, so yes, I have that, and of course, there's information in the design, other areas of the design. So yes, for my production people, I do save information in the summary. For my digitizing clients, not so much. Not so much, because I don't pick out their color schemes. I don't pick out um, the color sort. Um, if I have if I have a client who I'm doing a hat, left chest, and I don't know, apron 5x7, they want 3 different file sizes. I use the file name to identify that. Let's see if I've got one handy. Who did I just do recently? Yep. Nope. Haven't done anybody recently. Oh, I think I know who I can pull up for this. Yeah, let's just shortcut this. We're going to cancel this. So I have, oh, you're right, Cindy. Filling out that summary area on your Willcom, and other softwares have it as well. You have areas where you can make design notes or production notes in the software. Take advantage of that. It's saved. A year from now, when you go to make that same piece, you will know exactly what you did the first time around. So when I save a file, I have a very specific format that I use. And it took me about 3 years to develop this format. I do a date, identifying name, and location size. So that's the format I use. If we were to create a file today, I would date it 24 for the year, August 17. Let's see. Pig. I'm looking at my uh, uh, piggy bank. Literally, it's a pig-shaped piggy bank. Piggy, and it's going on a hat file. It's also going to be a left chest file, and they want a 7-inch wide file. My fee structure allows for 3 sizes, whether you get 3 sizes at the time you place your order or you come back later and you need another size. My fee structure allows for 3 sizes. So and I do it this way because in those subfolders, in the client folder, I want the name to help me. I want the name to be structured in such a way that helps me find it. Okay. I wanted to also identify for me what I did for it. So in this case, I did a hat file, a left chest file, and a 7-inch wide file. Use your filing system to make your organization easy to retrieve. I mean, how many of you would know what's in each of these folders? I mean, granted, if you had a file structure that had 1,240 folders, how would you know what was in what folder? And that goes for, in my case, my element sort, which is only 61 items, but each item may have, 100 different files in it. I know in this folder are badges. I do a lot of badges. Badges, because they replicate from one service to another, may be very similar to a previous badge. So I will reference that badge if it's similar to the one that I'm working on and make changes. Does anybody have any questions about file organization? And just so you know what brought this up, because I get a lot of my subjects from my day-to-day work and interaction with other people. I was watching a live presentation on with the Embroidery Nerds. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. The Embroidery Nerds this last Tuesday, and one of the nerds had mentioned that he didn't know where his files were because he doesn't have time to organize. Well, if you organize as you go, you will have an idea of where your files are located, and that's the whole point of today's topic in Coffee and Conversation. All right. Um, as always, I want to thank you all for being here. If you have any questions, send me a message, drop me a line. I should put a banner up there. I'm at quicktostitch.com or quicktostitchgmail.com. And that's about it. Alrighty. I'm going over here to my, thank you, Diane. Let's see, where am I? Nope, that's not what I want. Ah, there it is. All right.
Wasn't that fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machines, designs, and business. Hope to see you soon. Bye now.